Biki Lepota, Umalusi's Senior Manager for Public Relations and Communications, joins us to expand on the state of readiness for the release of the Matric result 2024. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Lepota, for speaking to us. I mean, as far as matters stand, over 800,000 pupils from all over South Africa sat down to write the finals. 162 Umalusi approved question papers were answered. I mean, a lot of the candidates who wrote these exams are really hoping for the best. Would you say, what would you say is the current state of readiness ahead of the release of the results?
Good evening, Paul, and good evening to the viewers of your television station, and thank you for having us. To start with, I need to clarify that the examinations that Umalusi will be making a pronouncement on Monday are spread across 4 qualifications. And the qualifications are the National Senior Certificate assessed by the Department of Basic Education, Independent Examinations Board, and South African Comprehensive Assessment Institute. In addition to those, we have another qualification called National Certificate Vocational, NCV, which is offered in the college sector. We also have what we call the GTC ABET, which is offered in adult education and training centers, as well as N2 and N3 courses in the TVET colleges. So what will be happening on Monday is that Umalusi will be informing the nation about the status of the examination results. What is happening this week is that the Executive Committee of Umalusi Council is considering reports from the assessment body. The first meeting happened today, where Umalusi received 5 sets of reports from the assessment bodies, and the last 6 sets will be received on the 9th. On the basis of the reports presented over the course of this week, Umalusi will then put together an approval statement, which approval statement will then be read on Monday at 10 o'clock at Umalusi offices. So we are not talking about NSC learners only. We're talking about learners who said the NSC, learners who said the NCV levels 2, 3, and 4, GTC ABET, as well as N2 and N3 examinations at the end of 2024.
So what are you hoping to see? I mean, it's always a gradual hope that there is improvement and the processes have run smoothly. If you have to look at what you're expecting, what would your order list of important aspects be? In
terms of the law that regulates the work of Umalusi, pass rates are not at the core of our work. The responsibility of Umalusi is to ensure that the examinations are run by the different assessment body in line with policy. So we look at the administration and management of the examinations, whether the question paper were of the required standards, whether the administration of the actual question paper happened in terms of policy, whether there were acts of dishonesty or not, and whether the imputation of the marks on the computer system occurred in line with policy. And the overall statement that the chairperson of council will be reading on Monday will focus on these key issues, which are at the heart of Umalusi's quality assurance work. Whether results go up or go down or stay the same is not what Umalusi is concerned about. The work of Umalusi is about quality assuring the entire value system of the examination and assessment system of our country. So that the certificate that Umalusi will be issuing to the different assessment bodies at the end of the day has meaning. What does that mean? We can only say the certificate has meaning if Umalusi is satisfied that the examinations were run in accordance with the required policy by the different assessment bodies. That is what Umalusi is concerned about.
So it sounds like business as usual on your end, but we know that when it comes to the Department of Education, the information regulator, of course, as well as the department, will find out tomorrow whether it's urgent application to stop the publication of the 2024 Matric results in newspapers will be granted or not. Is there a position on your end when it comes to this entire matter? Where do you stand?
Well, in terms of the law, what Umalusi does is that if Umalusi Council is satisfied that the examinations were run in accordance with policy, there were no serious systemic irregularities, Umalusi then issues an approval letter to the different assessment bodies to release the results. In terms of how the results are released from the assessment bodies into the learners, that is the matter between the assessment body and the learner. All what we do is to approve the publication of the results. Whether the results are published in newspapers or on the website of the DBE or on whatever system that the DBE and other assessment body may have put in place, that is what has to be negotiated between the DBE and the schools and the colleges where the learners wrote. But of course, the position of Umalusi is that whatever is going to be done has to be done within the confines of the law. Let's wait for the court to make its judgment known tomorrow, and we will cross the river when we get to it.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Let's leave it there for now. Biki Lepota, Umalusi Senior Manager for Public Relations and Communications, of course, discussing the state of readiness ahead of the release of the Matric 2024 results.